What's up everyone and welcome to day number 2 of the 12 days of Yu-Gi-Oh! And today we got Ritual Beast. Now Ritual Beast is a very interesting deck. It's one of the few decks to where when you don't really fusion summon, more so that you special summon the fusion monsters from the extra deck by contact fusing. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. First, I run 3 Ritual Beast Tamer Elder. Elder after you normal summon this card. You can normal summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from during your main phase this turn, in addition to your normal summon. So it's a double summon more or less. I run the 1 Ritual Beast Tamer 1. One of its normal summon, you can target one of your banished Ritual Beast monsters, special summon it. And the 1 Lara. If Lara is normal summon, you can target 1 Ritual Beast monster in your graveyard, special summon it. So this gives you an extra summon, and the Lara and Wen basically give you a little bit of recursion. I run the 1 Ritual Beast Tamer Zephyr Amplicia. When this card is normal or Pendulum Summon, which is going to be off of normal summon effect because you don't Pendulum Summon in this deck, you can target Ritual Beast or Zephyr monster in your graveyard, except itself, special summon it but destroy it during the end phase. So most of the Ritual Beast monsters have effects when they are normal summoned, which is a little bit of a downside, is that it's just when they're normal summoned, not normal and special summoned. I run 3 Spiritual Beast Cannahawk. Cannahawk has once per turn effect, to where you can banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck, face up, and during your second standby phase, after this effect's activation, add the card banished by this effect to your hand. Of course, you can skip that through the effect of 1. I also run 3 Spiritual Beasts Rampengu. Rampengu, once per turn, you can banish 1 Ritual Beast monster from your extra deck and send 1 Ritual Beast monster with the same name as that monster from your deck to the graveyard. So if you send a Cannahawk, it'll allow you to send the other Cannahawk, or the main deck Cannahawk, from your deck to your graveyard. I run the 2 Winda. Winda, if it's destroyed by an opponent's battle or by a card effect, you can special summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from your deck or extra deck, ignoring the summon conditions. It's a really cool effect, but obviously since it has to be destroyed by your opponent, it makes it a little bit iffy. I do think it's a little on the weaker side for the Spiritual Beasts. I run 3 Wind Charmer. Wind Channeler. You can discard this card. You can discard this card and 1 other wind to add 1 wind monster with 1500 or less defense from your deck to your hand. And when a wind monster is destroyed by battle or card effect while this card is in your hand, you can special summon this card. So it's basically you're searching for this deck because most of your Ritual Beasts or Spiritual Beasts have lower defenses. I also run the 3-Dimensional Shifter. Ritual Beast is a deck that doesn't really care if your cards get banished. More so because they can do more when they're banished, actually. I run the 3 Ash Blossom and Joy Spring for my hand trap. Moving on to the spells, I run 2 Emergency Teleport. I still don't know why this card came back to 2, but it's just an absolutely insane card. It allows you to special summon 1 level 3 or lower Psychic type monster from your hand or deck. And Emergency Teleport is not a once per turn, so you can use this effect twice. I also run 1 Monster Born. It's just all around a good card. I run the 1 Gold Sark and the 1 Dimensional Fissure to help kind of just banish cards. And Dimensional Fissure, much like a Shifter, it really hurts your opponent because most modern decks, they use their grave as more or less like a second hand in a way, or a second deck or whatever. And Defissure basically just interrupts all that. I also run 3 Double Summon. The one downside to this deck, if you don't open your Elder or have a way to get to Elder, it's going to be a bit of a struggle to even put up some kind of a board, but with Double Summon that can really help out, and since a lot of your Ritual Beast monsters have effects when they are summoned, that really helps kind of speed it up. Moving on to the traps. I run 3 Ritual Beast Steeds. Now Steeds, if you control a Ritual Beast monster, destroy monsters on the field up to the number of Ritual Beast monsters you currently control. So if you have 2, you can destroy 2. And the one cool thing about Steeds, if you open multiple of them, you can use multiple of them because it's not a once per turn. Also run the 2 Ritual Beast Ambush. Ambush, target 1 of your Ritual Beast Tamer monsters and 1 of your Spiritual Beast monsters that are banished and or in your graveyard. Special summon them in defense position. Although it locks you out of special summoning monsters for the rest of the turn except Ritual Beast monsters. And also run the 1 Macrocosmos. Same reason as Dimensional Fissure, just an all-around disruptive card for your opponent. Moving on to the extra deck. I run the 3 Ulti Cannahawk. Ulti Cannahawk must be special summoned from your extra deck, banishing the above cards you control, so that contact uses like pretty much all of the Ritual Beast fusion monsters. You target 2 of your banished Ritual Beast cards, return them to the graveyard, and if you do, add 1 Ritual Beast card from your deck to your hand. And during either player's turn, you can return this card you control to the extra deck, and target 2 of your banished monsters, 1 Tamer and 1 Spiritual Beast, special summon them in defense position. So you could just bring it out to Surge, and then just bring it back. I also run the 2 Ulti Apelio. Apelio, if this card attacks, is unaffected by other card effects until the end of the damage step. During either player's turn, much like Cannahawk, it can bounce itself back to the extra deck by special summoning 2 of your banished monsters, 1 Tamer and 1 Spiritual Beast. Also run the 1 Ulti Petalfin. Petalfin cannot be destroyed by card effects, and during either player's turn, much like Cannahawk as well, it can bounce itself back from the extra deck. I only run 1 because, well, I definitely say Beast, Cannahawk, and the other one is much better. Petalfin is the one I kind of go into least. I run the 1 Ulti Gaia Pelio. Gaia Pelio, I would definitely say, is more so the boss monster of this deck. In order to bring it out, you need an Ulti, a Ritual Beast Tamer, and a Spiritual Beast. So you need 1 of the fusions, 1 Ritual Beast Tamer, and 1 Spiritual Beast. And it's a really cool effect. During either player turn, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect is activated, you can banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your hand, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And the one cool thing about Gaia Pelio is that is not a once per turn. So if you have multiple Ritual Beasts or Spiritual Beasts in your hand, you can just continue to negate. So that's definitely the one you want to end on. Also run 3 Ritual Beast Ulti Kumi Falcos. Kumi Falcos allows you to banish 1 Ritual Beast card from your graveyard immediately after this effect resolves. Normal summon 1 Ritual Beast monster from your hand. Quick effect, you can return this card you control to the extra deck, target 2 your banished Ritual Beast monsters, 1 Tamer and 1 Spiritual Beast, special summon in the defense position. So it has the same kind of like return condition as the Ritual Beast fusion monsters, but it's a double summon, much like a Elder and, well, double summon. I also run 2 Cross Sheep. I run this in any deck that I run fusions in because it's just that good. It'll basically allow you to special summon a level 4 or lower monster from your grave. I also run the 1 Nightmare Phoenix to basically handle spells and traps. The 1 BLS Soldier of Chaos. It has a really cool effect where it can gain 1500 attack. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase and banish 1 card on the field. I also run the 1 Access Code Talker and the 1 Apollosa to more or less round out extra deck. That's it for my Ritual Beast deck profile. What do you think? I think it's a pretty cool deck, a very interesting deck. I know there was like some sort of like, I think like hand ripping with this. I don't really even know what kind of you do for that, but that's going to be all for this video, and tomorrow I will be doing wind-ups. We'll see you then.